Satellite can find us.
Dolls, huge housekeeping news right off the bat. We have shows coming up in January, Q1 2023 at Dynasty Typewriter.
January 11th, 18th.
It's a residency. It's a 2-show, massive residency taking over the stage of Dynasty Typewriter at 7:30 each night.
The East Side will never be the same.
I don't know if it's on the East Side.
I think it's like Echo Parky.
I think it's at Hayworth. I think it's like Miracle Mile vibes. We'll know and we'll Google this. You can also
the
just
Miracle
go
Mile
to,
will never be the same.
You can also just go to either of our links in bios. You can go to the description of the podcast. It'll link you to tickets and you'll be able to find out what neighborhood it's in.
Tickets are going fast. They're actually picking up.
Yeah. So people are really realizing that 2023 is right around the corner. So get on it right now. Also, Sup has like soft launched a YouTube channel.
Yeah. And it's like kind of our foray into like a new dimension of podding.
Yeah. So we're posting videos every week. It's a little bit behind the audio posting schedule because I want people to listen to the audio first.
Right.
But you can go subscribe on YouTube and get full-length videos of the pod. So I highly suggest you subscribe.
It's like watching a live show.
Yeah.
Except
it's in my living room. It's just the two of us and you're not there, but you're there in spirit.
You get to see our reactions. You get to see what's really going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, you get to see Tony and sometimes a little peek of Mango. It's a good vibe. So even if you don't ever plan on watching it, just subscribe.
Yeah, just subscribe.
Because I'm trying to monetize this shit.
There's amazing new merch in our sub store.
If you get it now and get like express shipping, you can get it in time for Christmas. So if you haven't bought anyone a Christmas present or you're just like Scrooging this year.
Stocking stuffer.
Why not just get them, everyone in your life,
a cap
or better yet,
a
drippy cum shirt that says Sexy Unique Podcast across the sleeves and the chest.
We are truly in a place of caps for sale. We've got Lar cap, car cap in the spirit of Lydia Tarr. We have She's Startin' hats are finally back. Ready to go.
They're back. They're on sale. There's a lot of shit that's marked down. It's the time to buy.
Time is nigh.
Yeah. So
get in on the action. Come see us in January and get ready to be there.
Guys.
Christmas is upon us. It's Christmas week. When this will be airing, it'll be Christmas week-ish.
Will it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I guess we'll be at the
Laura's
very...
face.
I was like, I don't trust anything this gay says. No, it will be at the very start of Christmas week. And by the end, by the Lord's Day, it will also be Christmas Day, which when I was a kid, I used to hate that shit because it meant we had to go to church.
Yeah, and then like school would be that Tuesday.
You had school?
No. Sorry, I'm thinking about New Year's. New Year's on like a Sunday was the worst thing in the world. New Year's Day.
Oh yeah, because then
you would have one day off after.
Yeah,
but it still was like not fun.
That's just like any other day. It's like a Martin Luther King Day or President's Day.
Yeah.
You want at least Monday and Tuesday, and a start on Wednesday feels really safe because then you just only have like a 3-day week.
Yeah. I was thinking about. I heard Last Christmas at CVS the other day, and I was thinking about when we were doing that riff on that horrific movie that Emilia Clarke was in, Last Christmas, where she played like basically like was she like a wino?
I think she was like a alcoholic that was maybe unhoused. I remember having a little suitcase.
Yeah.
And it was like she did some suitcase comedy.
She was in a place of suitcase.
Yeah. In a place of mini roller suitcase, just walking around the streets, which...
I think she was dying.
You know the vibe. Had she pickled her liver? I never watched it.
I think she had like a tumor with 2 U's The English you.
I never, I don't really. The
But
thing
they
about
were
me,
like those they really pushed it to her to be like, "Oi,
yeah,
I'm pissing in me tights."
they really did. It still didn't get us to watch.
No.
Yeah, I don't really fuck with Christmas movies unless they're like the old classic.
Yeah, there's
Of my
there's so
youth.
many. My best friend Matt said I'm watching a movie last night called Christmas Perfection about a woman who wakes up every day and it's in Ireland, magically transported to Ireland, and it's Christmas Day every day.
Just in Ireland.
Yeah, and I said, what is Christmas? What does Irish Christmas entail? And Matt wrote potatoes. He wrote girl.
They love potatoes. A potato in every stocking.
A potato in every stocking, bubbling on the fireplace.
Guinness
County
pouring
Cork.
out of the walls. Yeah, I'm watching something that's very un-Christmassy, which is the Rupert Murdoch and Murdoch family
You said it's good.
series. Yeah, it's on HBO Max, but I guess it's like a CNN series. I don't really know, but
What is it? Just like their history?
Yeah, it's like the history of the family and the history of his business and all his business endeavors and like how he basically became king of the world, billionaire, and Succession's based off of that family. So it's all about how
the backstabbing and the
it's just about like the kids who's gonna succeed him because he hasn't named a successor yet, and the kids are duking it out, and he has 2 sons and a daughter. So it's like very
How the fuck old is he?
He's like 85 or something. He's like old as shit, but still sharp as a tack. I kind of.
Is he self-made?
His dad owned a newspaper.
Oh, okay.
But
So
it's like it's like the family business. I think he grew up like privileged and
a little bit of a nepo baby.
Teeny bit, but he really took it to the next level. And his kids are like huge nepo babies, but they all actually are getting off their ass and working for the most part, except for his son Lachlan, who like fucked off to Australia for a long time and like raced sailboats. But
so he's kind of like the Connor.
No, I think he's more like the Jeremy Strong character.
Oh.
The only one that's similar is Shiv. The other two don't really fit into like a Succession box, but high-key his sons are really hot.
Yeah, I bet.
Young Lachlan Murdoch.
What a name.
It's the hottest name. He's married to like an Australian model. The other son was a deadhead for a while, like dropped out of Harvard and went to go follow the Grateful Dead.
Are they American? Or are
they
UK dole?
I want to say they're American.
Okay.
Like born in America.
Can you imagine having Wendy Murdoch as your mom?
Stepmom.
Your stepmom, sorry.
No. I love it. She's also like best friends with Ivanka Trump. It's really giving me
Wendy is?
Yeah. She like they like were besties. They would all hang out all the time, double date style with Rupert, Wendy, Jared, and Ivanka.
Ivanka's really positioning herself like away from like she's really forging her own, like she's gonna be running at some point.
Yeah. Well, it's good to have a guy like Rupert or the Murdochs on your side.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a fascinating glimpse. I'm horny for the sons.
Lachlan.
I'm horny for business.
Do they have kids?
I think so. It hasn't gotten into their kids a lot. But they're like married, like long time married guys. I think both the guys and Elizabeth. I don't know if they're still, I don't know what their current status is. I know Lachlan's married to this Australian model named Sarah O'Hare, I believe is her name.
Sarah Snook.
Because I Googled her a lot because I kept seeing like Sarah Murdoch on the red carpet at events. And I was like, who is this bitch? She's really chic. And I was like, is this the daughter? And then it's all coming together. And I'm like, no, she married in. So she gets to be like.
Is the daughter chic?
Yeah.
Damn.
And the daughter's like a serious entrepreneur, like left the family after it was like clear to her that she would never be named successor. And like he said some misogynistic shit about her. Like she has to figure out her kids and her like marriage and family life.
He still might leave it to her.
And then she went out, she made this company Shine Media, built it into like a fucking empire, then sold it. Her dad, his News Corp, I guess, or his company bought it for $647 million. They're dealing with, they are billions.
Would love to be able to sell something to my dad and get paid nearly $1 billion for it.
The only thing I could sell to my dad, and it's past that time, is like a Beanie Baby. But this would have been like if I, during peak Beanie Baby craze, came to him with like a Princess Diana with an upside down tag and like a backwards heart, and then was like negotiated heavy duty, and then got him to buy it from me for like $5,000.
Billions.
If I spent decades sourcing the rarest Beanie Baby on earth and then brokered a deal only to be fighting tooth and nail to be the succession heir of his Beanie Baby fortune.
You and your siblings.
Yeah. That's what we have to fight over.
I have another TV recommendation.
Yeah.
Simon and I have become, him more than me, but we are true devotees now to the Dallas Cowboys Cheerleader, the making of the team. It was a reality show on MTV. I think it's still on. It's on country music television now, but it's been on for 15 years.
Wow, they must be in like season like 25.
They're on season 18 now.
Wow.
But like I think they started in like 2007, and it's the tryouts and then the training camp for the Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders, which I knew they were a big deal, but they're the most like revered cheer squad in the country.
They are the blueprint.
NFL. They are the blueprint. I guess their outfit is in the Smithsonian.
That tracks. I remember as an OKC girl growing up, and it was like all about the Dallas Cowboys Cheerleaders.
Yeah, I had a Dallas Cowboys starter jacket when I was a kid, even though I didn't watch football.
Yeah.
But I would like hide in it because it was huge. Anyway, it's amazing. The girls are all like so talented, and these women that the coaches and the director and the choreographer are like Kelly and Judy. They're true. They were also cheerleaders, and they're like in their 50s now. They're iconic and so problematic, and it's amazing that the show has lasted for this long because it's beyond problematic.
But that's the best kind of reality.
It's like America's Next Top Model. That's how it feels.
Yeah.
But except they're like dancing and then there's this.
Thank God they're keeping hope alive over on CMT.
You have to watch it.
I'm going to.
You will love it, especially you because of your roots in that zone. But like it's a shocking show, and the girls are they all say yes, ma'am, and they're all smiling. They're all so hungry. They're smiling through the pain. They all have like the teeniest, tiniest waists and like these 8-pack abs and like big asses and huge tits. Like it's just like.
And they're tan.
And they're all so tan, and they all have white teeth and just hair. And it's like.
Is it all just like white ladies?
There are some women of color. It's mostly white, but like it definitely skews like towards.
Did you start season 1?
No, we started in season 11.
Oh, man.
Simon's back. Simon's like
hopping right in.
Simon can't stop. He's like, because he's from Texas, so he's just feeling like, and he was just in Dallas for business, and he was like meeting for this like big thing he's doing there, and he was talking to these like very Tony people about the show, and they were all like, "We don't watch the show," and Simon was like,
"You're lost."
But it's a shunking show.
Okay.
And there's the most shunking element of all is Kitty Carter. She's kind of the Janice Dickinson of the show. She's like a specialist choreography who works on showmanship and like solos, and like has produced a lot of big dance choreographers like in her day. And she's this like kind of charred Texas broad who has red hair and looks like she smokes like 2 packs a day. And she's so mean, and it's incredible.
Yeah. Every show needs the really
Kitty
mean
Carter.
one. Mm-hmm.
And the girls, like, they fear her when she comes in. And it's just, I've never seen anything like it. You have to watch. Everyone.
Okay, I'm going to watch it.
Be warned, it's extremely triggering. I can't condone anything that happens in the show.
No, I don't
whatsoever, but it is essential viewing.
Yeah, that's the best kind of entertainment.
And when they
reality style.
and there are moments where they have to tell a girl like, you're not as lean as you used to be. And to see her strength of taking the thing and being like, and not like, I would literally go, finish him if someone did that to me. Like I would literally go, but they're just
they're
like, yes,
seasoned
ma'am.
professionals. How much money do you make as a
They don't
Dallas
make a lot of money.
No, you make don't make shit.
They should be making as much as the football players. They work so hard. And by the way, this is a lot of these girls.
Imagine if they made like $20 million each.
No, I'm not being.
They should
facetious.
make. They should at least make like
6 figures.
starting salary like $80,000.
Oh, for sure. And this is a
they
lot.
make
of,
like
they
$35,000
make
a year.
less. I looked.
No.
Yeah.
Still.
Some can make upwards of 80, but most of them I believe make. I mean, you can Google it.
You must love cheerleading so much.
It's a point of pride.
I know, but like you have to like drive an Uber or like do Postmates on the side.
No, they all like there's.
Do they all have side hustles?
Yeah, one girl is a fucking full-time nurse. And
No.
doing this, yes. And doing
How does
this,
she carve out time to also be a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader?
She's exhausted. One girl is studying.
Imagine.
One girl's studying for the bar. One girl's studying for medical school. Like
Okay.
literally, these are like a lot of like successful, like driven people that are like also doing.
Wait, are they trying out to be on it or they're already on it?
No, they're trying out. They're going through training camp, and there can only be 36 girls.
So they're taking time off of their full-time job.
They're doing their full-time job and doing this because they do it at night.
But then if they get the job and they become a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader, they leave their job.
No, they keep their jobs. It's just they practice at night.
That's the biggest grift I've ever heard.
I know, it's a total grift. They practice at night.
I'm dying. I'm dying at being like, well, the good news is you've won a coveted spot on the Dallas Cowboys cheerleader. And you're like, wow!
The bad news is
we're going to pay you $6,000 in increments of $1,000 every month, and you get to keep your job, but we're going to require you to work at least 80 hours a week, okay? And you're like, yes!
Not only are they're working out so hard, they're burning so many calories, they're like exhausted all the time, and then on top of that, they have to do workouts on top of what they're doing.
Do they have a trainer?
No.
They don't provide them even food or smoothies or anything?
No, I don't think so. And there's
why are these women Stockholm syndromed into this job?
It's crazy to me.
Do they not know you can also just be hot like on Instagram
No.
or OnlyFans and make like so much more money?
It's like to them, it's like
it's the end all be all.
It's the end all be all. It's everything they've worked for in their lives. And these girls, some of them, there's one girl who's tried out 5 times, and she finally makes it.
Ugh, good, just give it to her at that point.
But then there's this other girl who.
This is Handmaid's Tale. This is Aunt Lydia.
There's this other woman who comes, and she tried out a few times, and they basically are like, "We don't like your vibes," and she goes, when they're letting her down, they pull her into the office and they let her down, and they go, "We just don't think this is the right fit for you," and she goes, "You want someone like me on a team?" And it kind of reminds me of Hannah Pilk's Woman
She
on
said,
the
"What?
Verge.
You want someone like what?
You want someone like me on the team?" It reminded me of Woman on the Verge.
Yeah.
And then Kelly, the head, she just looks at Judy and she goes, "Judy, do you have anything to add?" And Judy goes, "I don't have anything to say."
If your vibes are bad, they're bad. You're not going to make the team.
The next year.
I love that. Fighting for your fucking life.
These women are
fighting
These
so
women are
hard for $32,000 a year.
Less.
In this economy?
They're making. I looked on Google. This is not like this is all in public information. I'm sure I'm wrong in some way, but I'm pretty sure it's $26,000.
No. No.
I think you can make upwards.
No.
I think if you're there long enough, you can make more through like sponsorship deals and stuff. But you gotta Google.
They're like, once you've given us 7 years of indentured servitude, that is like.
It's crazy.
That's
Laura.
That's not even enough money to live in a
Look at
shack
it.
in America.
It's basically.
Like you could,
Wait,
you
Google
can't
it,
even
Google
live
it.
like under a pile of rubble for $26,000 a year.
No, I made more of that. I think being a busboy.
This is shonking. Okay, wait.
It was upsetting. Am I right?
No. No. They make $15 to $20 an hour.
No. That's bullshit.
Or $500 per match. Therefore, their yearly salary comes out to about $75,000. Kitty.
Oh.
Where did you look at this?
I googled average salary for Dallas Cowboys.
It's not a full-time job.
That's crazy.
Still, if you're a contract employee, that's not that much. That's not like a salary. That's
Right.
like you have to like send an invoice.
It's crazy.
Someone tell these women
They're worth
they should
more.
form their own
They should form a
cheerleading.
union.
They should just form their own cheerleading squad and then say, we're not going to work. We're not going to do this anymore. We're not going to be a part of this. And then they should get every woman who's like, I'm dying to be exploited for like as little wages as
an
possible.
hour.
They go, no, girl, just join our cheerleading
You might as well just do
troupe and we'll
catering.
do like a show outside. We could like busk and make more money doing this collectively than like someone needs to fix this.
They need to unionize. They need to protest, go on strike, and make Kelly and Judy squirm.
They need to be like full-time salaried employees with a
Yes.
starting salary plus benefits, vision, full dental,
They
full
should be
health
making like $100K a year.
yeah,
for the
starting out.
For the amount of work, I'm talking. They work.
That's nothing for the NFL to throw them a bone.
Especially the Dallas Cowboys. They have so much money. These ladies, they work so incredibly hard. They're so talented. It's unbelievable
The
how good
average
they are.
NFL cheerleader salary is $150 per game day and about $50 to $75 for a public appearance.
God damn.
We have to stop. We have to stop this. This is
Cheerleaders-
not okay. Cheerleaders are out here suffering.
I'm
They're
about to
low
Silkwood.
key. They're low key. Like
They are suffering.
they are suffering.
I'm about to Silkwood for cheerleaders. I'm gonna be driven off the road.
Cheerleaders are now looped into like when you're like fighting for like to raise minimum wages. Cheerleaders are included in that fight.
Yeah.
They don't want us to know that they are struggling, but girl, the writing's on
if
the
you
wall.
watch the show, you know they're suffering because they
I
literally
feel like CMT has probably really good reality TV on there.
Casey Musgraves comes on at one point, and then they perform at a house party that Demi Lovato's performing at.
And then after they're like, okay, send us your invoice for $50 for being at this party.
Demi's so weird with them too. Her mom was a Dallas Cowboys
Why
cheerleader.
would you have Demi of all people?
Well, some rich Texas girl won a contest that she would come and sing at her party.
Was she playing a practical joke on her? Like, were they like, let's get Demi's
No,
goat?
she was like just
Demi's triggered. You can't have
and
you
she
can't
was
have
like,
Demi Lovato,
she was
who's
like,
always in a place of my body, come be around all these cheerleaders.
She was like, "Wow, you guys look so amazing." And then one of them goes, "Demi and we have a lot in common with her. We're all world-class performers."
It's true.
There was one girl who was 18, who was a senior in high school. She was from South Jersey. Beautiful, like 6 foot, stunning, but like was truly being Suspiria'd and had to leave.
They have to pay for some NFL cheerleaders have to pay for the audition themselves.
Yeah.
They're losing money actually because if you take in all the prep time, training, hair and
Injuries,
makeup, like
medical.
everything that it costs they need to be making $250,000.
I totally agree.
This was like a big thing. I feel like in the last 5 years, there was like some explosive article or some kind of reckoning that happened
About cheerleaders?
really briefly. And then everyone forgot about it. But like, yeah, it was like a big reckoning for professional cheerleaders, kind of like pulling back the curtain and being like, these people are completely exploited. They essentially are paying to be there and then told that they're like lucky to have been chosen.
And then are routinely told that they're like too thick.
If you're gonna do that, you owe it.
Give me at least
250K.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're
gonna start the uprising.
I'm sorry.
This is Les Mis.
Do
you hear the people
cheering a song of... It's unbelievable, but it's still a really good show.
Justice for cheerleaders.
Justice
you can
for-
support them by watching the show.
Justice for DCC. I support them, and even though she's problematic, I love Kitty Carter. She's
Problematic
she kind of
people are
reminds me
the
of
most
Abby
fun.
Lee Miller, a true queen, the queen.
My
of
mind has
Pittsburgh.
never been more blown than when I once just got so blazed and watched Dance Moms, and it was like coming home. I was like, how is this possible?
You seen that famous meme where she's like, the mom. She's texting during her performance, and the mom goes, "If you're gonna be here, act respectful." And then Abby goes, and she's on her electric wheelchair, and she just backs up slowly out of the auditorium. Have you seen that? And
No.
And you just hear, beep, beep, beep.
Justice for
Je suis DCC. Guys, watch
Je
the show,
suis
though. It's unbelievable.
cheerleader.
I had some people messaging me, like, thank God you're watching.
wow.
It's crazy. Anyway, speaking of essential, I'm Carey,
I'm Lara.
and you're listening to
Sexy, Unique
Unionized
Podcast.
Cheerleaders.
Jersey Shore, bitch.
Bitch!
I'm going to be quite honest with you. I didn't take a single note.
Well, bitch. You're in luck, bitch. Because I got the notes.
You jotted it down. Ooh, look, he went to work today.
I went to work. I've really taken it to heart. Where does Carey have to be?
With love and light.
Today I have to be at a dinner.
Yeah,
but usually
you have. Let's not. Okay. Let's
no,
not
I'm
get
saying
ahead of
I'm saying
ourselves.
I'm answering.
I know, but you don't have to be there for. You don't even have to leave here for another hour and a half, and we will be long done by then.
No,
I ask you, and I go, "Can you come at this time?" And you go, "Yeah, but I have to be at dinner at this time," which is like 4 hours later. You never know how long it could take, but it actually has never taken that long to record one episode.
You never know how long it could take. Could take.
You never know how long it could take. Hey, I go, Caddy, with love and light. You better sit down.
So we're in a post Angelina reality.
But a new Angelina is rising up in her place.
Like, it's true.
It's so true.
They need listen.
There always has to be one person.
This group in particular. I mean, this is true of any like group dynamic like this, but this group, they need someone to hate on.
Or someone always has to be acting like a fucking imbecile. And I was saddened to
I
see
know, your boy,
my boy
Mike,
really doing everything he could to push me away.
He's being possessed.
He's Pazuzu in the something is wrong with him.
Something was in that room, and I think it jumped from Angelina to him.
He is possessed.
At
I've
first
never seen him like this.
At first, I thought it was gonna be Sam.
It's always kind of Sam.
Well, so Sam wakes up, and you can tell Sam's like, "Oh shit! Now everyone's gonna be on to us again that I'm in this abusive relationship."
She has 2 nails missing.
Yeah.
And they're doing a family dinner, and she's sitting there. You can tell she's so uncomfortable, and she's like, my only ally who was the worst person in this house is left, and now it's me against the world. Ron, who knows, he could turn on her anytime.
She's like, it's me against the music. Mike and Polly are cleaning. They take apart Angelina's shitty little trundle bed, and then Mike says, "Look, she was so big, the bed broke." I was like,
she literally isn't though.
she's petite.
she's
a teeny
she's
tiny
a
little
tiny thing.
She's a tiny little Staten Island gal.
I would be
Island
more
gal.
offended. She is an island girl. I would be more offended if it was she was fat, but she's not fat. So it's
He's
just him
repulsive.
saying that is but
he's saying that about himself.
I know. And then Polly's like, yeah. But
Yeah.
it's no,
You guys are such
you're
fucking
gay wads.
You guys are gay.
Yeah. They're no, we can have lots of girls in here. I was like, you're also 12 years old.
We can have a lot of. I'm like, no, you want to make eye contact with each other.
Yeah. You now have no one else that could be in the room, not another woman to ruin it while you guys are both fucking your respective holes.
They
Also, it stresses me out that they just take the bed and throw it outside. Like
on the street.
I was like, does production charge you for Tonya? Nope.
No, they can do whatever they want.
You know what also is stressing me out? The carpet in the main gathering area.
Wait, let me talk about it. Well, first, they don't even clean up Angelina. There's literally like black mold under her bed.
Like dust bunnies all across.
And all they do is take some yellow like Pine Sol and
like
just go.
Lysol.
I'm like, that's such guy shit.
For like clean dudes that complain about how dirty this girl is, like you guys live in filth. You just threw a bed. You just took a bed apart, ripped it apart, and threw it into your backyard.
It's a house full of pig pens.
You're white trash, quite frankly.
So the boys, Mike and the boys, get lobster and they bring it home to make a Sunday dinner to celebrate Angelina's departure. And Jen and Snooki pull a Lindsay Lohan and they steal one of the lobsters and put it in fresh water, which I think is deadly.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like gonna keep it as a pet and feed it things.
They did it first. No.
Oh, I thought I just felt something.
Here, get your mic closer to your mouth.
Oh.
You got to position it, get it. You can turn it any which way.
How's that?
Babe, you tell me.
This is good.
When it looks not good. I feel like you need to move like the base closer to you somehow. You can move it however you need to move it, but it should be just in front of your mouth whenever you're sitting in like a relaxed place.
This is good.
Okay.
Yeah. Sam and Jen take the lobster and they bring it into their room and they put it in a bowl of like a popcorn bowl of fresh water and they're gonna raise it and feed it. And then
they did it first.
They
walked so Lindsay could drop her lobster in the ocean.
How about me saving animals? And then
how about that for once? Me saving an animal.
For once.
What do you think of that? And she walks away. This is like a common trope now. What do you think?
And then Vinny and Paul come in. They're like, "You're gonna kill the fucking thing."
Yeah, it's dead now. That you
also Snooki. I'm like, "You're a vet tech."
Yeah, but she's not taking care of no lobsters.
I have to tell you, like, I have thresholds when it like seeing lobsters in tanks at like a seafood place or something. It deeply upsets me.
Really?
Yeah. It makes me. I love lobster. I'll eat it till the cows come home.
Yeah.
No pun intended on cows either. But seeing them bunched together,
all scrambling around all over each other.
I mean, I know they're like
barely sentient
lower beings, but it just
they're cockroaches of the sea.
It devastates me a little.
Lobsters are another huge grift that I buy, and I mean, I eat a lobster. I would eat lobster right now.
Me too.
Like, but they're bottom feeders.
I know. It's just I know that they're like.
I know what you mean, but
there's something like just seeing them all together, and they're just kind of like.
They're waiting to be plucked,
and they scream.
Is that true? I've never heard a lobster scream.
I think they do.
I heard that, and I believe it.
Is that a wives' tale? I know cows are also like really stupid.
Oh my god! I thought you were gonna say cows scream, and I was about to start crying.
They do scream.
Tell me, Carey, have the cows stopped screaming?
I'm truly Clarice with cows. I eat. I'm not like I will eat. I can't not eat meat. Sorry to all, but I could
not kill an animal and then
I can't
carve it up and eat it.
Like when I go by that slaughterhouse on like near the Grapevine. Have you ever been by there on the 5?
Yeah, that's like, one of the most horrific places in the United States.
One time I was driving with Simon near it and we saw one of those cattle cars, and I said, "You think?" I said, "You think they're just transferring them for their milk, right?" And Simon went, "Yeah." I'm getting kind of emotional right now.
Yeah, you don't want to know.
When I know they're really dumb and like apparently
they're not though. They respond to their names. I've seen TikToks of it. I've seen like rescue sanctuaries of farm animals, and they go, "Roll call time," and they go like, "Timmy," and then a cow turns around and comes. It's so sad. It's fucked up. That I ate beef today.
I think there was a cow that got loose in Philly a few years ago, and then it put up such a fight that they were like, "You're gonna go to a sanctuary."
That's how you have to be in this world. You have to raise hell.
Like P22, who I have some sad news.
What's happened?
I think they're gonna euthanize him.
Yeah, I think after that video I saw that we talked about on the
No,
bonus
I know.
episodes, I was like,
He's sick.
he's really sick.
It's sad.
Well, yeah, it's deeply sad.
I
It's
was
a
like-
hot classic Hollywood tale.
I was hoping that they would put him in like a sanctuary, but
I think he's
I think that sanctuary is called heaven.
he'll find sanctuary in death, in the sweet release of death. What if you found out that the whole P22 Mountain Lion saga was just marketing for Babylon out December 23rd?
You should see it.
What if they were like, there's a whole thing.
Guys, everyone see Babylon. My brother-in-law's in it. It's going to be
Have
really
you
good.
seen it?
Not yet.
Okay. You spoke with a knowing stare. I can't wait. I'm going to see it.
Yeah.
I'll be home.
I think he told me it's really good. I believe it.
I believe that.
Battle for Your Life.
Babylon.
That's gossip.
But they're like, P22, Hollywood dream,
Yeah.
gone awry.
I just saw something really scary.
What?
What if P22 was a man in a costume that was sick? Like a sick man that was like in a cat costume.
That like killed
That was
a
just
mountain lion and then wore his skin like Silence of the
no,
Lambs.
just like pretending to be a cat. How scary.
But in
would-
like a
yeah.
like wearing it like a very
like-
realistic mountain lion
Yeah.
pelt
Uh-huh.
with the hat. That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be really scary.
Yeah, but I don't think it is because I've seen it so much videos. I've seen videos my friends have taken a P22. I'm just saying I'm gonna have to bust up that thought.
I know, I'm just thinking about it. Like one time my friend Lily, who's one of the funniest people I know, said that the scariest thing she can imagine is a pig with a human face.
Yeah.
Like not like but just like it's like a pig, but just has human features.
Yeah, that's terrifying. Like that little movie of the sheep boy. Lamb would not have been cute. If you're gonna be an animal
Be a
human
lamb.
hybrid, you need to have the face of the animal. You can have a human arm and maybe a human leg,
No, but not a.
but you cannot have a human face on an animal's body. That's Satan.
Anyway, so the boys' jacuzzi.
As Vicky would say, that's Satan.
That's Satan. And
Satan.
Sam goes, "Can I come out with you guys?" And they're like, they don't say anything. I'm like, Sam
sucks so much.
I know she really is
just
a flop.
Sucks. Her energy.
Why
Who
can't
would
I go
want her
with
around?
you?
She's like, well, I guess I'll just wait. Then all she does is wait around for her boyfriend, and then they just lay together.
Jenny looks out and she goes, "That's very homosexual." And I was like, she's right.
She's right. This is just the beginning of their homosexual
Mhm.
flirtations. This is all foreplay.
Snooki arranges for Sam and Jen to sit on the most dirty carpet I've ever seen. The rug that they have in that room needs to be burned.
It's disgusting.
I'm
It
like-
would serve them better if there was just no rug in there.
No, it's like truly,
It's like moldy.
it's apocalyptic.
I'm also like, you bring people home that you want to fuck and they see this.
I'm surprised that MTV doesn't have like a cleaning service come and routinely clean the house.
Yeah, or just give them a vacuum.
It's pretty nasty. I mean, they live in squalor,
filth.
But
The smell of this house.
I can't. It looks dirtier than even the Jersey house.
It looks dirtier than I would even say like Tom and Ariana's apartment on Vanderpump Rules. The lowest of the low
That
apartment
Kristen lived in.
that Kristen lived in. Like I would rather live in that apartment than live in the Jersey Shore
Me
house.
too. So Sam's sitting there with Snooki. She's sitting up like this, and what's that thing called? Tetra, where you pluck your eyelashes out.
I think she's putting on. Well, they all.
She's
I
think
love
she-
this part because this was like girls being girls, sitting and having like awkward talks, and like she and Snooki are just like both sitting like kind of flipping their hair every once in a while, and like
And then Jen
she's
sits
like
down.
and then Jen sits down and Sam won't even acknowledge her, and there's literally like minutes of awkward silence, and they're all just like,
Is that gals being gals?
I was like, this is the most girlinas thing I've ever seen, where you just sit and you like have like, you got like an eyelash in your eye, but you can't get it out, and you're just not wanting to talk to anyone. So you're just kind of like,
Sam's plucking her eyelashes out, and Jen is like, Sam, I'm sorry.
I never do this. It's really rare for me to shove my feelings down, swallow my pride, and say I'm sorry, but I'm sorry.
She doesn't even look at her and goes, thank you very much. I'm like, oh,
Snooki's like,
great. So we'll have some fun now. And then Jen goes, Sam's the kind of girl I would have beaten up in high school.
she was prissy bitch. I was like, I would kill for a scripted series of JWoww in high school.
In Long Island.
Jersey High.
Long Island High.
Long Island High. But let's like adapt it and make it in Jersey.
Yeah.
High school in Jersey. Jersey Highs. High school in Jersey.
Jan, I've never heard of George Class.
Sure, Jan.
Oh, Jan, you don't have any friends. So they like kind of make up.
They're like, great, we'll go. I love Sam. She goes, well, I do need to get my nails done, so
Yeah, let's go.
she goes, I'm not gonna go get my nails done with that girl. Ron comes home and they just lay up in the smush room, and she just like, you can tell they're in the phase where he's regretting that he tried to make things work with her, because now all she wants to talk about is her female troubles, and like she's like
And lay
and just be like, yeah, like that girl, like I'll never respect her, she'll never respect me, like that girl and I are not gonna be friends.
And Ron's like fuming.
I
He
know.
just wants to be out like.
He just wants to pound puss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wrote Sam needs Lexapro.
She needs so many things.
Vinny the next day is continuing to get trolled by Ramona, which I was like, this is karma.
This is
Retribution.
I'm also obsessed with the way everyone needs to take a little page out of the Ramona handbook, because
Don't answer
the calls, say you will meet up with them and you'll be there in 30 minutes, and then let 2 hours go by and then show up.
Like
yeah.
you're trick-or-treating.
And be like, okay, I'm ready.
She looks like Boardwalk Emrata.
She is Boardwalk. She's Romanian Emrata.
Mm-hmm.
What if she was Emrata and we realized this is the first time Emrata came on the scene, tried her hand at reality, didn't work out. So she went back into the lab and then came back out with blurred lines.
Uh-huh. They go to the beach. She's like very tall.
She's also like a very Paris Hilton style energy.
She's a little Tinkerbell dog.
I love a little tiny Yorkie just like showing up to a date and being like, I guess I'll give you a shot. Getting him, he also calls 2 other women while he's waiting around for her, gets them to say they'll come over. Then she shows up. Then he calls those women back and he's like, you're going to hate me, but like blah, blah, blah. I was like, the power this woman has over him.
It's great though.
It's amazing.
She's from Romania. He's like, wow. He goes, Ramona's the most interesting girl I've ever met.
Because she's from another country. She speaks 3 languages. That is pretty cool.
That is cool. She said Romania looks like a fish.
He's like, where is that exactly? And she's like, Middle Eastern Europe. It's like over that way. Fuck
She hates
off.
it.
I like, this is a woman.
Who knows who she is?
Yeah, and she's modeling. I mean, I'm sure that I hope and pray that she found
Like a sugar daddy?
just like a rich husband,
I'm sure she did.
or that she made a lot of money doing her dancing and modeling.
Yeah, I think so.
I pray she didn't become a cheerleader.
I don't think she has that energy.
Mm-mm.
Snooki's best friend Ryder, who's truly like chaotic good.
Ryder's a great girl.
They're like astral sisters,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like potentially in love with each other a little.
But it's like that. It reminds me of that
Platonic, I think.
song
Just so
7 by Taylor Swift. There, please picture me in the train in the film 7.
They have like a loaded. They just have an intense best friendship. It's like the movie 13. They're just wild together.
But it seems more like it seems less dark than that.
No. I just mean in terms of like
they have their own little language they speak to each other.
No, and I relate to like Matt and I have that. We like do like kick lines together sometimes in public. It's just that best friend.
The way
thing.
of relating, the childhood best friend.
Right. But you and I don't mean like dysfunctional. I just mean like wild, like bad girls.
But like, imagine being 22 or 23 and your best friend getting on a hit reality MTV show, and they're like, "Come visit me, bitch," and you get to go down there and you just have a camera crew following you around while you just get shit faced and like be silly and like dance at a bar. That's the dream.
Ryder, she calls Ryder because Ryder's coming down from New York the next day and she's blackout. And Snooki's like, "You have to stop drinking because you're going to miss your flight if you're hungover." And then,
"Are you drinking?" And she goes, "Yeah." She goes, "You're not supposed to be drinking, you're a fucking idiot."
And then she goes, "Jenny, can you tell her what to do? Because I can't." And then Jenny goes, "Hey, baby." She goes, "You need to be at JFK Airport no later than 7:30. And I was like, Jenny needs to be a travel agent.
Jenny, I would respect her,
coach.
telling me what to do. Like that raspy, motherly voice. She's no nonsense. I believe that that's the reason that Ryder even made her flight, is because JWoww intervened, told her a thing or two.
Anyway, Snooki gets really upset. She starts crying because she's like, I just want Ryder to come, and she's worried that she's gonna be too fucked up and miss her flight, which is a real.
Yeah.
When you're that age.
I was reminiscing of all the flights I missed in my 20s.
Mm-hmm.
It was a rarity for me to make a flight.
And then the next day, Ryder ends up showing up at Snooki's door. So it's all's well that ends well.
So he goes, meh. Ryder's like, "Don't cry. You're going to make me cry."
They're doing like ballroom emceeing. They're like, "Bra, ba, 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 ba."
I know. I was like, then they immediately go out. Snooki takes her to the place where she and Ron get shit-faced in family reunion, the 5 a.m. spot. Or was that? Yeah, that was.
No, I think that was Send Your Frogs.
No, they went to this place because they had those same drinks. Then they went to Senior Frogs after that. Senior Frogs.
They get like those like margarita
with like 2
Coronas.
upside down beers. That's a hangover.
I've had those before.
I think I've had them once before
Miami.
too. I can't. They're also, did you notice the proportions of the tables they were sitting at?
They were huge.
Why were they so big?
I don't know.
They looked like.
It was vast. It was like Benihana.
It was so weird. The tables were like oversized and the chairs were oversized and they looked like tiny in comparison.
They literally just rage all day. They're smoking inside.
The energy you have to do that.
But it's also like, that's best friend shit.
Where you're like, we're just going to go.
Other. They're drinking Long Island iced tea.
Yeah, that I was like, one of those I'd be on the floor for 24 hours.
It's horrible.
It would take me the fuck out.
They go out that night, the whole crew, Ryder and Snooki rally and make it out. And then Mike goes, "There was a prophecy that one day a pimp of all pimps would emerge." And you just see him and he's basically Me Tooing girls left and right.
Yeah, he's like...
He's being really creepy.
Being too aggressive, grabbing girls, lifting them up, like making them straddle him. He's like, lifts one girl up against the wall and she's like, "I'm begging you, please stop."
I was like, whoa.
Yeah, what's gotten into him? I think it's coke.
I think it's coke, or I think it's a mix of whatever he's taking in the gym and either coke or Adderall.
Like it's taking a turn, then mixed with booze, you're too brazen.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's sad to see. I don't like it when he acts like this.
And I think he's realizing like Vinny has Ramona, Polly has Rocio. and Ron has Sam, and he's like
he's all alone in this
he's all
world.
alone, and he's also a sex addict.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get sex, he literally malfunctions.
Oof.
It's really, he needs slaw.
He needs a lot of things. I'm so glad that he came out of the other side because I forgot about this kind of behavior.
Me too. When Mike can't get a girl at the club, his game is just off. He's creeping everyone out. It's like not cute. What?
Nothing.
Oh. He forces the whole house to leave, which I remember he does this.
Why does he have to do that?
Because he can't be alone with himself.
That's
what it is. And he wants to control everything. It's addict behavior.
Yeah, I hate that.
He wants complete control over everyone, and he wants everyone. If he can't get anything, and no one, he's basically is like, if I can't find anyone, like we all have to leave.
Yeah, and we all have to go whenever I want to go.
And
I
he has, like,
hate that kind of behavior.
And he has like such urgency. It's freaky. And I've known people like this. I was never like that as an addict, which I'm grateful for.
No, I love to leave by myself and go home alone.
Yeah, me too. Or
with someone.
Yeah. But when someone's like, we're going now, that's just so unhinged and so controlling. It's beyond belief.
No, it's the worst. Get your shit together.
And he targets Snooki.
Because she's the smallest and he like picks her up without her consent and like tries to like throw her over his shoulder and carry her out, and she rightfully flips out at him.
She goes,
don't fucking do that, because she's also hanging out with a very hot guy.
I know,
who's given her his little fedora, and they are vibing. They're like, sitting on the banquet, like just like vibing to music, having the time of her goddamn life. I was like, go off. And then Sitch, fucking roid rage, comes up and like is bossing her around, which is a horrible thing to do in front of a guy, and he would freak out if a girl did that to him.
Yeah, and Snooki's not.
She's not having
This is really the beginning.
She's the queen of boundaries.
She is, but this is the beginning of Mike's. He becomes the pariah of the house.
Yeah. Does he ever get it back? It's for a few seasons.
Honestly, until he got sober.
Damn, it switched so quickly.
He's like truly becomes the villain.
It was Angelina, a new supreme, rose up in her place.
True. The prophecy was that someone would rise up, but it wasn't what he was expecting. It was a flop.
Angelina leaving was actually the worst thing that could have ever happened to him.
Because when you have someone that's like so reviled by the group, it
takes any of the pressure off of you. Like, you can still be a jerk, but you're never going to be as bad as this person's bad energy, which is just a constantly
eclipsing everything else. So when it's like the rug is pulled up and everyone can see you for who you are, and he's not at his best, and everyone's darked out by him.
I was just like hoping, and I know it's in the Italy season, but I was ready for the moment where Snooki just walks by him and calls him the F slur.
She goes, faggot. She wasn't wrong. She can say it.
It's the best. It's truly the best
Snooki
moment
can say faggot.
and best use of that word to another individual I've ever seen.
She's in the mirror putting her foundation on, and she goes,
he walks by.
F slur.
I love it. We need to start calling straight men
F slur.
Faggots. Yeah. It's time. I think that might be the way
to get it
back is just everyone start calling.
Well, all these like people all these men that are showing up to like drag shows and stuff to like with guns, they should just be called.
That's faggot behavior.
It is. They should be. Those people should not only be like the lotteried. Like we should be able to stone people that show up to drag shows with guns.
Well,
and we should also call them F slurs.
In Florida, don't they have stand your ground law?
I don't know.
I think they do.
Drag queens, we need to arm.
Arm drag queens.
There are some.
Where's Lisa and Ken when you need them to funnel some weapons over to Florida?
Drag queens are truly like some of our most precious resources of like culture in this nation.
Let Divine be the blueprint of her with the gun, and that needs to be every drag queen. In states that it's stand your ground law.
Bring a gun.
Yeah,
or a sword.
concealed or open carry. Let's do this. I'll bet you if you armed drag queens and
they're the toughest broads around.
No, but I'm just saying also if you want gun control, let's get all the drag queens firearms license for open carry or concealed carry, have them armed and ready to go at all times, and I'll bet you within a matter of months, like super NRA, like gun control people would be like, we've got to do something about these guns. I think you need to arm actually like every LGBTQIA person should
know how to defend themselves,
arm themselves boldly and courageously.
Chelsea Manning.
I'm gonna get like a full-blown get one of those things that's like where you wear bullets like across your chest,
like Rambo,
yeah. And I'm gonna get a fucking machine gun,
just like,
and I'm gonna be like, what,
queer woman,
I love it out here. Woo, be doing, watch out. Not illegal. What do you want?
But anyway,
I think that could be, if we got really sassy about open carry and just trolled.
Carrying.
Yeah.
It's truly carrying.
That is carrying. Also, you could just put like, I would never like load the gun.
No.
Because like, anytime I see a gun, I'm afraid I'm just going to shoot it and shoot someone.
But truly let Divine be our...
Yeah.
Divine also...
You can always pretend the gun's loaded and then just pretend to be like, walk into Starbucks with the like two full magazines on you, Rambo style.
I also just watched a clip of Female Trouble where she's running on Christmas Day, running to no one has ever been as funny as Divine.
No. When she flips out and throws the Christmas tree down and stomps on it and screams at everyone for not giving her cha-cha heels, I cry. But I think I've really cracked the code on guns. Just saying, let's talk about it. Let's keep the conversation going.
These guys that are showing up to protest.
Time to give the drag queens
F words.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've cracked the code on homophobia and gun control. What can't we do on this podcast?
We're brilliant. Snooki, the next morning, the girls are going to get their nails done. They're going out for drinks with Jen, Snooki, and Ryder are going out, and Snooki's like, Sam, come with us. And she's like, oh, I don't know if I should. The guys are going to GTL, but like,
I'm supposed to go like work out with Ron.
I don't know if I should. Should I go? Or like, what? I don't know. And Snooki's like, okay, well, like, come if you want.
She was, what, you gonna stay here and wait for Ron? She's like, yeah, I guess so.
I'm not gonna come. Cause like, what? It's gonna be like Snooki and Ryder, and then it's like me and that girl. Like, I can't be with that girl.
I'm obsessed with JWoww walking into Snooki's room and going, we gotta get to EXO. They have fucking crazy Miami Vices. Like, she was ready to fucking rock. I was like, what is she talking about? And then it turns out a Miami Vice is a drink, like a cocktail that they serve. But I was like, she's speaking in tongues.
She is. Snooki and Ryder are literally speaking like telepathy.
This was JWoww.
No, but like later when they're just
going, yeah, they go.
At one point,
so Flop Sammy just sits on a beanbag chair and gabs on the phone until her man comes home.
Sad. And then she's going to Ron, should I have gone with them? Should I have gone? And he's like, I don't know. You're a grown woman.
Ron's staring off into space like, Jesus, take the wheel.
He's like repulsive to me in every way possible. Sick. But there's moments where things that he says, I'm like, he has strange clarity in this moment.
It is moments of like.
He's like, I don't know, Sam, you're an adult. You have to think of these things on your own. I'm like.
It's like your jaw's on the floor that he was able to like. Put that sentence together.
His CTE was low enough in that moment that he could articulate like a lucid, non-problematic thought.
He wasn't like experiencing debilitating
daylight terrors.
Fucking encephalitis.
Yeah.
Inflammation in his fucking skull. Calm down for long enough for him to put a cohesive sentence together and like
became
a sensible
feminist.
advice. Yeah. And then it's going to go right back into roid rage.
Snooki and Ryder at one point run out to get like supplies for drinks.
They try and make a cocktail.
And they run out, and there's this beautiful moment where it's like an overhead shot that looks like it's like Cinema Verte or something. It's like a Cassavetes movie. They see Sitch and Polly on the street.
Yeah.
It's very like lost in translation.
I was like, what's going to happen?
And Snooki's like, "Hi," and Mike's like, "Hey, baby, you know I'm sorry about last night. You know I was just pretty lit." And Snooki's like, "Yeah, it's okay."
She's like, we can have a conversation about it like later.
She goes, "It's not just an apology thing. This is a conversation."
He was, it's all good, baby. It's all good. And like kisses her on the cheek. I was like, who is this man all of a sudden?
It's coke. It's speed.
He turned into like a fully different person.
That's what happens when you're doing a lot of speed.
I hate speed.
Yeah. Snooki says that last night was the worst night of her life.
She said he ruined the whole night. I love that was the worst.
Jenny, I was thinking Jenny, I think she's accepts it and is okay with it, but she's definitely like, she must feel like the third wheel when Ryder's in town.
But Jenny is also oddly like very independent.
She is.
Like I feel like she'll go home alone before everyone else and like be in bed.
Yeah, she's cool.
She's fucking rad. I think she likes having Ryder there. It is like tickled by
Yeah.
it. She wants Snooki to be happy.
She's just like a really good friend.
Mm-hmm.
They go to the club and Ramona comes and Mike tries to snatch Ramona when Vinny goes to the bathroom. I'm like, you want to fuck Vinny.
Yeah.
Or it's that mimetic that they talk about on White Lotus.
It's the White Lotus thing where
You
you
just-
have to fuck whoever this person fucks so that you feel like better about yourself.
And to her credit, she's like, no.
Yeah.
And she kind of like makes fun of him a little.
Mm-hmm. Because what do you do in that situation? It's so awkward.
It's really weird.
When like...
You're here with a guy.
Yeah. And everyone knows that. It's like not a secret. It's not you just met that night. And then this other guy is like being very physical, like trying to lean up in you and like hands on your hips and stuff. It's just like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, he's putting her in like physical and like just a very awkward, uncomfortable position. She immediately tells Vinny.
Yeah. But I think she's no like spring chicken.
No.
Like I feel like if you're a bottle service like dancer,
She
you're
knows how to
used
play
to
it.
navigating these types of situations and making sure everyone's feeling like good.
She like pretend boxes with him.
But it sucks to have to be in that kind of situation.
Yeah, it's not like she shouldn't have to do that.
No, Ramona.
Ramon. Mike is just sitting there fuging because it's like that meme of Ramona Singer being like,
I love some JWoww goes, look at him just staring off into the distance. Look at him staring right at Vinny. And Paul looks over at him and he goes, oh my God. And everyone's just like, what's wrong with this man?
it's depression.
It's anhedonia.
Oh yeah. What's a good word?
When I learned about anhedonia, it shook me to my core.
It's a good name of like
A
a
band.
book or something.
Yeah.
A collection of short stories.
Mm-hmm. I remember in boarding school, the guy that was in charge of everyone like being sober
In boarding
in
school.
boarding school, Dave B, who was a hulking massive a man. Talk about roid rage. He was literally like, he was built like a minion. Like his legs were like smaller and muscular, and then he was built like Gru or whoever the like king of the minions is. Gru. And he was filled with rage, and he would host all the AA meetings at school. And like if you were in AA at Cascade, it meant that you could also watch, like they'd have like movie screenings every once in a while, like really intense like druggy movies. So I was like, this is basically a film club because they'd let you watch Requiem for a Dream. And I just wanted to see some cinema. But Dave gave a long speech about Anhedonia one day and like explained it. And I literally was like, I never want to experience that.
It shook you.
It shook me. I never forgot.
It radicalized you.
It really did.
Yeah, Mike's going through that. He just doesn't want anyone, like, he doesn't feel joy. He's joyless, and he doesn't want anyone else to have that. I think that's really what it is.
Yeah, but it's also like
Petulance.
it's in the when people don't like realize they're doing that. Like when I act like a nightmare, I would say 99% of the time I'm very aware of it, and I may not like that I'm doing it or feel like I just can't help myself, but I know what I'm doing.
He's not self-aware.
No, there's no self-awareness.
And he can't get anyone, like he can't find a girl, so he goes over to Snooki and starts kissing her, and she's like, get away from me.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
And she's like, when Mike can't find anyone, he like he knows like I'm his like backup option.
I don't like that.
No, and that's not going to make any person feel good.
Also, it's so transparent. It's like
I mean, I've been that person, and it sucks.
The backup option. Yeah. You're like, me.
But no, but it's you know it's happening, and you're like, no.
Yeah.
Then he slaps Snooki on the mouth.
Yeah, he's like, let's go, and trying to get her attention and slaps her on the mouth. And I'm just like, this is out of control. This is when he needs a JWoww beat down.
This is when he should have gone to rehab, like in this moment. This is a rock bottom.
Yeah. But he also, I think, like, if JWoww, I feel like in season 1, between then and now, this moment in the show, like getting just the shit kicked out of him by Jenny really like put him back on track and on good behavior for a while. And I think if no one beats the shit out of him, like it truly is the only way to keep him in line.
You know, but the slap, it was like a light, like, but it was a
disrespectful.
It was degrading.
Yeah, it was gross.
And it was violent.
Yeah.
Like, that's violence. And
that's violence, Dole.
it is violence.
Yeah, it's not violence.
And she was just like,
you don't do that to people.
No, and she's a really good friend to him.
Yeah, she's
like,
a friend to all.
Yeah,
But this is where I would have said, JWoww, I need you now.
Gloves off. White knuckle.
He tries to get
bloody knuckles.
He tries to get everyone to leave, and Jenny's like, no. She's like, then go. Like, no, I'm staying. And then all the girls go to the bathroom, and Jenny's like, he's a fucking asshole. And they just like talk a lot of shit about him. And like, I love it. Also, it's very girls to me when like you're all three drunk and like screaming
in the bathroom,
like about, so they're like blowing off steam together.
Yeah.
And you can tell Ryder is like a little bit shy in that moment. She doesn't know as well as the other girls do, but it's very much like the most bonding moment where you're just like scream shit talking about someone else together.
You're at like a dinner
and you have like a cig. You're like getting ready to go smoke a cig, and you're just like, what the fuck?
The hand. You
have a cocktail and a cig. Snooki's always like this with an unlit cigarette.
The sloshing.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad.
It's really bad.
And it's gonna get worse.
Oh, I don't like that.
We have like 2 episodes left, I think.
It's taken a dark turn.
It gets even darker in Italy, and then even darker when they go to back to Jersey.
You know, I only remembered the good times. I never remembered the bad.
Because there's one season where he's sober. He tries to be sober, and he's still like very unwell.
I think this is why I kind of fell off of Jersey Shore, is because
Might get dark.
It's not that fun after a while, and it's actually like really sad.
Italy.
This is intervention.
We should recap Italy.
Italia, we have to.
But then I think
siamo tutti gay.
That's sort of a peak.
Yeah.
And then you can't. And then we also get Dina. Or no, she doesn't come in yet.
She doesn't come in until they go back. Don't they go back to Miami?
No, they go back to
Jersey.
Seaside.
And that's when Dina comes in?
Yeah.
I crave her.
Signora Tutti.
I crave the meatball.
Do you know these gays?
Do you know these guys? Also, Sam and Ron dancing together in the club. Sam dances like how you dance in your videos sometimes. She's like,
yeah. Oh, because of my video I did yesterday.
yeah, it's kind of like that. But I've seen you do this like dance that it's how Sam is dancing with Ron.
Jersey.
Yeah.
Guys.
That's about it. That's all she wrote.
Holidays upon us. I hope everyone's keeping merry and light.
Yeah, we're having more episodes this week. We're potting through the holidays is the plan. Bonus episodes on the Patreon come out every Wednesday. There's also a video bonus episode every Wednesday.
Get into it.
And then pending the schedule of Roll Sick, if it's on, we're podding. So
check back soon.
love and light. Bye.